Today's workshop is all about retaining information, retaining materials in your classes better to be able to improve your academic performance. I know college can be overwhelming, so the goal here is to give you some practical, some research-based tools that you can start using as early as soon as you get out of this workshop. So, we'll talk about how your brain processes information. We'll explore some memory tricks, and then see about some habits that lead to better grades for you. So, um, let's get to it. So, why do we forget? Before we dive into solutions, I feel like it's important to understand why we forget things in the first place. Our brains are designed to filter out what it considers non-essential, right? So if we aren't focused or emotionally invested in what we're learning, the brain may not store that info. Distractions like social media also interfere with encoding memory. Plus, if we don't review material within 24 hours, we start forgetting it pretty fast. Um, so just passively reading or skimming leads to shallow processing, which doesn't really help with long-term retention. So that's why we forget. Memory operates in three major steps. So, like I mentioned before, that word encoding, which is all about taking in information. Then you have storage. From encoding, it goes to storage. And then lastly, it goes to retrieval. So, being able to get it back out when you need to use it. Your working memory is like a small mental notepad, very limited. Um, so for information to stick, it needs to move to the long-term memory. Attention is crucial for this transfer. If your brain doesn't think something is important, then it just simply won't store it. So that's why things like repetition, emotion, and focus are going to be key for you. Um, the forgetting curve and space repetition. So the infamous forgetting curve, it shows how quickly we forget if we don't revisit material. But there's a hack, spaced retention. So this technique spreads out your review sessions so the brain re-encodes the information just as it's about to forget it. So you want to try reviewing material the next day, then a few days later, then a week after that. It's a lot of online tools that can help you as well. Things like Anki, apps like that, apps like Quizlet. They can kind of automate this for you, but even your own flashcards, like forgetting the digital part of things work just as good for you. So yeah, important to keep in mind. So let's compare two common study strategies. Passive review is like reading a textbook or highlighting. It feels productive, but it doesn't engage your brain deeply. Active recall, on the other hand, it's going to force your brain to retrieve that information. So it's going to strengthen the neural connections. That's why flashcards, practice tests, and even trying to explain whatever you're studying to somebody else so that they could get it. Um, that's why that works so well. Another trick, you can close your book, write down everything that you remember on a blank page. That's that active recall. So if you could do that, props to you. Study techniques that work. It's a lot of online tools, um, and just different mental strategies that work for you as well. Note taking strategies as well. Um, so one is the Pomodoro method, which keeps your brain fresh. 25 minutes of focused work followed by a 5-minute break. It's gonna help you out. Then you got mind mapping, which helps you visualize complex ideas. One of the most famous ones, the Cornell note-taking system, which separates the main ideas, the details, the summaries, questions. And then you got the Freeman method, or technique, which is try to explain what you learned as if you're teaching a 10-year-old. And if you can't, well, you probably need to study it a little bit more, right? So healthy habits are going to equate to a strong memory. Academic success isn't just about studying. It's about taking care of your brain. Sleep is where memory consolidation happens. So if you're pulling all-nighters, you're actually sabotaging yourself. Physical activity boosts the brain oxygen and focus. Your diet matters too. Healthy fats like omega-3s and staying hydrated, they're also going to help you make a difference. Lastly, reduce distractions. Multitasking feels productive, but it lowers retention. So, um, and then, lastly, just one task at a time. Don't try to overdo it. So as I mentioned before, it's a lot of digital apps out there. Technology can be a huge help if it's used the right way. Anki and Quizlet, um, as I mentioned, the space repetition, I mentioned these earlier. They're great with that. Notion and Evernote are other great applications for getting organized notes in a visual and like a searchable way. Find things exactly when you need it. Apps like Forest Grow, um, excuse me, apps like Forest can grow a tree while you focus, leave the app and your tree dies. It's a little silly. It's a very out of the box method, but it's pretty effective. Then you also got tools like Google Calendar, which can help you schedule review session. So make tech your ally, not your distraction. Creating creating a personal study system. So no one size fits all method exists. Your best system is one that works for you. That means experimenting and seeing what sticks. So you want to start by building weekly review sessions. Um, Obviously spaced out. You can use the Pomodoro method to stay focused, active recall for retention, and then the digital tools that we just talked about for organization, right? You want to keep track of what's working and then tweak your approach if you have to. Studying smarter means studying intentionally. So keep that in mind. Memory tricks will help you out, but improving your grades long term is going to take some strategy. It starts with showing up literally. Class attendance is going to matter the most. It's 70% of the battle, I'd say 60, 70%. Ask questions even if you're unsure. The teachers, they're going to appreciate that engagement. Stay consistent with your reviews and try not to cram. Use office hours. Um, it's free help basically. Group study can also help you and expose you to new ways of thinking. And then lastly, you want to set small and realistic goals to track progress. Academic success is a marathon, it's not a sprint, remember. And we're on to the last slide here. So let's talk about what not to do. All-nighters might feel like a badge of honor, if you feel like you've gotten through everything and you feel like you've grasped it, but they often backfire. Cramming leads to short-term memory, not to true understanding. Avoid only rereading. Um, as a way of studying. You want to test yourself. Don't ignore your health. No one retains well when they're running on caffeine and no sleep, excuse me. And then obviously, again, don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till the last minute. Starting early gives your brain the time it needs to solidify and really understand information. So, yeah, that being said, that's all I got for you on material retention. Um, Went through a lot in a short amount of time. So now that this is going to be a review video, I know finals are next week. Hopefully this can help you out. There's a little crash course on how to improve your memory and retain information. So yeah, take care. Have a nice day.